So in this video I'm going to explain the recently code forces around division 1 plus division 2. So first let us understand the problem statement. So the name of the problem is two colored dominoes. So what problem I said that initially we will be given n grid of n into m size, and our grid is having dominoes on it. And what is a dominoes? A domino is a domino is a simple two paired block which is present. For example, in this case, this is a single domino. A dominoes and a single domino will be consist of two blocks. For example, in this case, I have a domino like right and left, which means this is right part of domino and left part of domino, and this is a single domino. Right and left, this is a single domino. And what problem I said, in a single domino, I have to color them such that my single domino would contain two colors. For example, I cannot paint this single dominoes black and black or white and black or white and white. I can simply paint it as black or white and black. No same color are allowed in a single domino. This is a one condition. Second condition is that in a single row or in a single column, my number of whites and my number of blacks would be same. For example, in this case, you can see in this row, my number of blacks are 2 and my number of whites are 2, regardless of which domino is it containing in. And for example, in this row, I have three blacks and three whites. So if we have to paint the grid like this, such that a single domino would contain two colors, and and a single row or a single column would contain equal number of black and whites. So I hope you have understood the problem statement. So now let us begin the problem solution. So for the solution, I will make understand with this example. So here you can see what is the number one. What is the number one? I can say intuition coming to your mind is my mind was like this, that if my row is containing a horizontal, I will simply tell a horizontal domino and a vertical domino. Consider this both as different. So if my current row is containing a horizontal domino, then it will be, then it should head then it should not contain another then it should only contain mm, then it should only contain odd number of such dominoes. Why so? Because here odd number of dominoes, mm, of leave this part. For example, if I show you this, if my row is containing a horizontal domino, then the number of horizontal domino in the same column in which my domino was there, which means in this row and in this row, the number of dominoes in this row, the number of horizontal dominoes in the column of my that row would be always be even. Why so? Because if my domino is containing like this, if there is a single domino containing like this, I will color this as blue. But there is another domino in which I have a like this color. But see, this is my single configuration. So I can simply color this black or this black. So for a sake of statement, I will color this black. So if these two are only present in my array in my grid, then what I will do, I can simply, you can see in the number of blacks and whites in this row are not same, because if if the corresponding horizontal dominoes is not present in the same row, then the number of blacks and white will be uneven, because here you can see I have two blacks and one white, which is wrong. So here you can see, for a single horizontal domino in that column, it should had also contain another domino of same configuration. For example, there is a horizontal, then in the same column there in the same row there should also be a horizontal domino present. Similarly, in the case, if I am having a vertical domino, then in the same row it would also contain, and then it would contain even number of vertical dominoes. For example, in this case, you can see here I am this vertical domino, then this vertical domino. So here you can see it is even here, and you can also see this is also a domino present there, but there is also another domino for his regard, which is also present, which means which means the observation number one, if I am having a horizontal domino in my row, then it should contain even number of horizontal dominoes in the same row. Then it in the same row, you can see. But if a configuration like this means I have this like and another domino like this, here you will see, you can see the number of dominoes are present and are even, which means I can simply paint this black and paint this white, then this is even. But what would happen to this? I can only print this black or white, but there is no another domino present with respect to this, which means for this row my condition would never be satisfied. So what is observation number one again? If then a row should contain even number of horizontal dominoes, or a column should contain even number of vertical dominoes. So this is the observation number one, which means here you can see this is a valid grid. So here you can see this is the one, this is the one even, this is the one, this is the one even, then this one, for this I have this is also even, then for this I have this is also even. So I hope you have understood this much. So now let us begin to the next part. So next part is pretty much easy, but why I am saying so. For example, in this case you can see I am always checking for a vertical case. I will check there is another vertical or not. Here you can see I have this for this vertical, I have for this horizontal, I have this horizontal present there. Then greedily what I will do, I will simply traverse in the row wise, means in this manner, or I can see I will simply traverse in this manner first. Here I will simply traverse in this manner for a horizontal domino. So if I am encountering a left part, if I am encountering a left part, then I will simply mark it as a black or white, whichever I want. So for example, in this case I am starting from it as a from white. So now traversing it down. So here I have to start it from here. So this is my first row, this is my first, here I have no left present here, so there it will nothing. So in this column I have a left. So for this left I will simply paint this left as white. So if I am counting and if I am counting and another left, then I will simply revert the color, which means last I have painted white, then I will paint black, then this is even. Then for this row I have this like left, then I will simply paint is a white because I'm starting from white initially. Then from another right, if I am counting, then I will paint, then I will revert the color, which means in this I have painted as black, then painted it as white, then I will paint it as black. So I have there is no another left in the array. Then this is the one configuration. Then in another loop I will traverse from, then I will traverse from this side, here like this. Then I will simply check if my current number is, if my current element is upper u, then I will simply do it in that manner, which means I am getting u. Then I will simply paint it with black or white. I started with black or white. Then I am starting it with here I am starting it with white. Then for the another u which I will encounter in the same row, I will revert the color and paint it number. For example, in this case I will revert the color and paint by this as black. Then for the another, then for the next row, this row you can see by this number is u, which by this number is you can see. Then I will simply paint it as a white and another u as black. So for the first in the two loops you have set all the lefts and all the ups, then remaining are right and down. For the right you can see if my current element is right, if my current element is right, then there should also contain a left in its left part. Then I simply check if my current element is right. Then if my current element is right, I can simply check if my left is black, then I will simply print my right as black. Here you can see. Or if my left is black, then I will simply paint my right as white. So as you can see, here I am getting another red. So red, for this red my left part is white, then I simply paint is black. Then this red, then for this red, then for this right my left is black, so I will simply paint it as white. So for this right, my left part is black, then I will paint it as white. So I hope my all the reds are contained. Then my last one is down. For down, I will check if my upper element is white, then I will say paint it as black. Then if my upper element is black, I will paint my down element as white. For in this case, here I have two downs. Here I am getting two downs. Here my upper is white and print is black. Here my upper is black, then I will simply print as black. Print it as white. So this is the whole problem equation. I have you have understood the simulation part. So what is the minus one part? Minus one part was simply was previously handled. For example, in this case, if you are getting even if you are getting odd number of right odd number of left in your array, then there should be minus one case. Or you are getting odd number of u, then there should also be minus one case. So if I show you the implementation was pretty much easy if you're writing the code. So first I am taking the input array. Then what I will do, if my current element is if my this part always be executed if my if my ith color is if my ith position if my ith part of the dominoes is right is left part. If my ith position is left part, then I will simply paint it as black, and if and revert my current, which means if previously I have painted my left as black, then next time when I will be encountered left, I will paint that left with white. And this is the whole solution. But in a case if my at the end if my number of left are remaining one, which means my number of lefts was odd in the grid, then I will simply put minus one and return. Here you can notice I am traversing the array in column wise order, because in left you can see I have to always check if my two columns are present like this. So but now for the vertical part, if my current element is u, then I will then I will be only executing this part. Then I will simply print my current u as black and revert the color. And if my previously color was black, then after reverting the color I will paint it at white. And at any point if my number of ups was odd, then I will simply print minus one and return. Then now the last part, if my current element is right, then I will check if my left part, you can see here, you can see this is my right, but then this left then I will check this left and check if my this left was black, then I will paint my current right as white or else black. And similar to the case of down and up, here you can see in the case of down I'm checking the upper element, and in the case of right I'm checking the left element. So then after the simulating whole this process, simply print the grid and return the answer. So if you have any doubts, you can comment me down, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Till then, stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.